I'm starting to have a real smile on my face, a pep in my step, a whistle on my lips about how incredibly stupid Donald Trump and those around him is, as demonstrated by the lurching into chaos transition plan and statements made by Elon Musk about defunding organizations like the American Civil Liberties Union because he doesn't like their positions when the government doesn't fund the American Civil Liberties Union. If this is the thought process, if this is how these minds work, we're not going to have as big a problem as I thought we were going to have in the court system opposing their most unpatriotic and un-American and assault on women type legislation and executive orders in the future. I'm Michael Popak. I'm on the MeidasTouch Network and Legal AF. I just read a social media post by Elon Musk, who's the head, some sort of czar of a department that doesn't really exist. That's an improper delegation of executive authority called the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, that joke-named entity that Elon Musk came up with as an excuse to tell his family and friends that he bought something for his $200 million investment in Donald Trump. They had to make him something. Here, go do this. And he's walking around because he thinks it's funny and in a one-sentence social media post on his X platform to say, I don't like this organization or this climate control or climate policy or DEI, delete, delete, delete. And now he posted one about the American Civil Liberties Union, which I am a card-carrying member of, thank you very much, who often opposed successfully the Trump administration the first go-around, and I expect him to do it again. The ACLU is ready, loaded for bear to take down Donald Trump in his most extreme, unpatriotic, unconstitutional attacks on our constitutional republic through executive order and legislation. Now, Musk, who has a transgender child, I don't think he has 10 kids. One of them is transgender. I mean, statistically, I'm not surprised. But he didn't like the fact that the ACLU sided with the transgender community. And the ACLU's lawyer, Mr. Strangio, the first trans lawyer to ever argue at the United States Supreme Court, appeared this week at the Supreme Court to argue against Tennessee's gender-affirming healthcare ban. In other words, stopping adolescents with permission of their parents to obtain puberty blockers and other gender-affirming health care to align who they believe they are as people with their bodies. Okay? Now, 23 states, including Tennessee, don't allow that. They call it pseudoscience. Elon Musk says in a posting, a lot of people regret having blocked their puberty and changing their bodies or their what was assigned at birth to something else. Sam Alito mentioned during an oral argument that just happened this week at the Supreme Court when Mr. Chase Strangio argued this. He said, well, there's a Swedish study. Suddenly, a Swedish study? You can find a study to say anything, Sam. The scariest part of that oral argument, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, is John Roberts, the Chief Justice, saying, yeah, we're just 9 people. We're just 9 people. We're not scientists. We're not medical professionals. Let's leave it to the state legislatures. In other words, let's throw the transgender community to the wolves because we're not going to find equal protection or another constitutional right that protects them. That's what he's saying. Every time you hear the Federalist right-wing MAGA on the Supreme Court, now led by John Roberts again, say out loud, we're just 9 ordinary people. This is not for us. Yes, it is. If it belongs in you're supposed to protect the underprivileged. You are supposed to protect the disadvantaged in society. The ones that the massive people would pick up a pitchfork and a torch to go after if they were allowed to. You're not supposed to lock the door with the teeming mobs chasing them in the streets and not give them sanctuary, finding such in the Constitution. But that is what they're doing. So when Elon Musk, he's such an idiot. I mean, I don't even know how this guy, I guess he's an evil genius. But when he says we should defund the ACLU for taking a position against the transgender healthcare ban in Tennessee, they shouldn't be arguing that. A lot of people disagree with that. First of all, you're an idiot. because the ACLU doesn't take funding from the government. It is nonpartisan. It is not government funded. With government funding usually comes strings attached, like the one you're trying to pull. So they don't do that. It comes from public dollars. Go right now, by the way, if you have a moment and a spare dollar, go on the ACLU website and click and donate now for the ACLU. They are always, have been forever, and will always be one of the leading organizations at the tip of the spear to go against the fascist tendencies of presidents like Donald Trump. They're going to be filing, along with other public interest groups, joined by at least 17 different attorney generals in Democratic all blue states that are going to be going after Donald Trump and his policies and his executive orders as his presidency lurches from one constitutional crisis to another, one separation of power crisis to another. Now, the good part is why I opened up the hot take with I'm smiling, I'm whistling, I'm stepping. Why? Because Donald Trump is overplaying whatever hand he thought the American electorate dealt him on November the 5th. I thought this group, this was the narrative. They're more professional. They're more polished. They've had 4 years of being in shadow government training academies like the Federalist Society and the Heritage Foundation and the America First Policy Institute. They are ready, tanned, and rested to take over America, and they're going to do it on day one. Are they ready? Does it look like they're ready? You got Elon Musk and his sidekick, right? Some sort of underworld, upside down Batman and an upside down Robin running around trying to pick out which government entities they can delete and eliminate that will help Elon Musk with all of his government contracts. Like as if we're not noticing it. Oh, go after that government contract that was going to Rivian as a competitor of Tesla. We don't notice that? And we're not going to report on it over and over again. So they're going to screw up. If they can't get basics right, they can't get basic math right about where funding comes from, and they think they can scare the ACLU, I feel good about our chances. Okay? It's like you don't play the game on paper. Like, oh, this guy was here, and this guy was in the foundation, and this one's tied to this, and they brought in all the money. And you got to play the game on the court, on the field, right? On the pitch. Traditional bed sheets, they can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat. It can lead to acne, allergies, and stuffy noses, and it's just gross. Miracle Made offers a whole line of self-cleaning, antibacterial bedding, such as sheets, pillowcases, and comforters that prevent up to 99.7% of bacteria growth and require up to 3 times less laundry. Using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, no matter the weather. So you get better sleep every night. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. Stop sleeping on bacteria. Bacteria can clog your pores, causing breakouts and acne. Sleep clean with Miracle. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. Go to trymiracle.com/legalaf to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo, LegalAF at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/legalaf and use the code LegalAF to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/legalaf to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. And right now, this looks like the gang that can't shoot straight, which is a great blueprint for the Democrats, progressives, free-thinking people to push back against them. I know a lot of people were like, no, they're going to be better this time. They're going to get the law right. They're going to do their executive orders consistent with the law of Congress so they can't be objected to. They're going to put all the cases in federal courts controlled by MAGA. Not so quick, everybody. Let's tamp down on the hand-wringing. I'm feeling pretty good about my chances now that I've seen the opposing team warm up and clang, and they can't even hit a basket in warm up. Just bang, bang, bang off the side of the rim, off the backboard, bang. I'm like, if I'm on the sideline, like this is the team we're about to play. Keep going. Keep going with this revolving door of unhinged, unqualified, not skilled, not fit people. You know, there are too many levers of power that need to be pulled almost simultaneously or in a delicate choreography to make America work, that Donald Trump can't do it himself with his social media posts and his frantics and his press conferences. He's got to have competent people around him. And so far, that seems to be lacking. And that's a good thing. And don't worry, people. I've heard people say to me sometimes when I make comments like this, or Ben Mycelis does, my partner, don't give him any ideas, Popak. Trust me, they don't have time to grow a brain, and they're not going to. They are so entangled and wrapped up in themselves and wrapped around the axle of their own ethical, moral, financial conflicts that they can't think straight. We're watching how their mind works. And what are we seeing? That it doesn't. You know, all the things that we pointed out on the MeidasTouch network and on Legal AF over and over again during the campaign, all of the weird, not connected to reality, demented type conduct by Donald Trump and those around them, people thought, oh, they just got fatigued. Oh, that's, no, he's not of this planet. And he's surrounding himself with people that are enablers of the guy that's crazy. I mean, it reminds me, there was an old movie called Bananas about a kind of a banana republic, Cuba type country, where one day the dictator who just took power, I was saying almost got elected, came out in front of the people. I'm going to get this slightly wrong, but you'll know where this is going. And he made all sorts of proclamations and declarations. And about the second or third one in, you realize the guy's batshit crazy. He's like, well, for now on, you'll wear your underwear on the outside of your clothing. Okay. We will eliminate the day Tuesday. There will be 2 Wednesdays. And everyone's looking up like, oh, this guy's mad as a hatter. We're starting to get to the bananas part, the bananas period of the Trump administration, where, he's just saying crazy crap out loud and others are going, okay, because they're all worried about their own power grab. I'm a couple of degrees separated from some of these people. I know people that know them. And I know they're all heady with power. Oh, I got the cabinet position I always wanted. I got the ambassadorship I always wanted. Now my wiki page will be complete. Oh my God. And look what you did to get there. You sacrificed it all, whatever morals or shred of character you thought you had, on the altar of your greed. For Donald Trump, I wouldn't serve in the Trump administration if my life depended on it, because I have more morals and values and character in my little finger than any of the people that are joining him have in their entire body. When I interviewed recently Senator Danforth, who is, we could have some controversial criticism of Senator Danforth and his role in getting Clarence Thomas onto the Supreme Court, but he's also a small c conservative. He's also a Reagan Republican. I asked him point blank, could Ronald Reagan, who's on the Mount Rushmore of Republicans, along with Abraham Lincoln, could he get elected today by the Republicans? He come out of a primary? And Danforth told me, no. Abraham Lincoln couldn't either, by the way. They love to say, we're the party of Lincoln. Lincoln would be a Democrat. There's no way he'd be a Republican. Are you crazy? I was just watching, because I needed to renew and refresh. I was just watching again Daniel Day-Lewis and Lincoln. And I'm thinking, where is that statesman that we need for the country to rally behind? And it's not the craziness we're watching in Donald Trump, but that's to our benefit. I'm going to continue to follow things like Elon Musk saying things should be defunded that aren't funded in the first place. in Donald Trump's crazy revolving doors of hirings and firings before the 119th Congress even gets sat on January 3rd. We're not even there yet. I do it two places. MeidasTouch Network, right here. Tuesday night, join me regularly now, 8 p.m. for Popak Live at the intersection of law and politics. Wednesdays and Saturdays for the original Legal AF, the podcast, full length. Wednesdays, Karen Friedman, Nick Nifolo. Saturdays with me and Ben Mycelis. And then we got a new channel we formed just for this reason. And every time Donald Trump steps in the bucket, wraps himself around his axle, tries to issue an executive order that's un-American, unpatriotic against women, we're going to be there on Legal AF, the YouTube channel. Come over there. It's a pro-democracy channel we're building with the MeidasTouch Network at Legal AF MTN. We built it for this purpose. And we so hope that you join us over there as well. So until my next contribution on all things Legal AF, I'm Michael Popak reporting. In collaboration with the MeidasTouch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories at the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.